What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another Palm Circle Pete fishing adventure. So we're out here in the Sierra Nevadas in late October, going just one night in for some fishing at this lake out here in the Sierras. I'm super excited because I heard that there's some cutthroat trout in there, which I've never caught, and some really nice brook trout. So we're hiking with my family. This is just a one night trip. I kind of am taking everything. So I'm gonna focus on this hike, but we'll see you when we get to the lake. Alright guys, as I'm tying on these flies, I've seen 3 big fish jump right here on my right where this dried up inlet is. I'm in the spot, I just gotta figure out what they want to eat, present it right. So I'll throw this out a couple times. I got a purple parachute Adams, and then underneath that, it's like a zebra midge, black zebra midge with an orange tail. Ooh, that was a bite. Then I'll probably switch to a black gnat, and then maybe a caddis. So this is what I got on here next. Really small black gnat. I'm gonna put on some floating, because these go under the water so quick, and they're just really hard to see in general. There's definitely a good amount of fish right here. I just gotta catch one. I can't see any bugs on the surface. That's what you're supposed to do. You're supposed to try and match the hatch for the most part. These fish are feeding. I don't want to miss out on the frenzy. So let's go with like a little California mosquito looking thing. Comment, what do you guys think they're fishing are? That was a big one. He came out of the water. What do you guys think they're feeding on? Give me a comment. It's October in the Sierra Nevadas at an Alpine lake, elevation 8,200 feet. Okay, what do you think they're feeding on? Alright guys, check out this amazing brook trout that I finally hooked up on. It was like 2 hours out there, and then when I finally hooked up on it, for some reason my GoPro footage did not save, or it froze or something. I know the GoPro was recording, but when I got home, the footage wasn't there. It was just a huge bummer, guys, but such a beautiful fish that I was able to catch. Look at these amazing colors on this guy. Alright guys, so I just hooked up on that amazing brook trout, and that was worth it, man. I was out here for 2 hours, every single fly. They didn't bite on any fly at all. And then finally, I was about to call it, hooked into my personal best. This trout was just absolutely gorgeous. Released him, it was such a thrill. They're still surfacing out here. I'm gonna use the same fly that I hooked up on that guy with, so let's see if we can get something else, but that was really cool. Let's see, that was definitely an experience. That big of a brook trout out here out of this lake. The takedown of that fish was just so cool. Was it? Yeah. This is where I got him too. He was feeding probably only 3 feet from the shoreline, but it just like, whew, and then I hooked it and I was like, oh, this is a good fish. And the reason I think I got it is not because it liked the fly. It's because the hatch has stopped and they're still feeding, and I just placed this one perfectly in front of it by accident, pretty much. And it just saw it and it was like, hey, I'm still hungry. Oh, there's a fish right underneath my fly just looking at it. They just look at it, you know you have the wrong fly on. They're like, what's that? Got one. Got another one, guys. On the same fly, in the same area. I saw him jumping there a few times, but took another couple casts. This one's a lot smaller, but still probably really pretty. All right, let's see, what do we got here? I'm trying to keep them wet, keep them in the water. I don't have a net, so just wanna get my hands wet before I touch them. I'm not keeping this guy. I'm not keeping any tonight for a meal or anything, so wanna make sure that they survive. All right, this looks like a brook trout, another brook. It's a smaller guy, much smaller, but it is a brookie. This is the size that I thought all of them were in here, but let's let this guy go. Nice, guys, been out here for 2 hours trying to figure out what they're gonna hit, and just got the second one, probably about 5-10 minutes after the first. The wind has died down here, it's getting dark, it's beautiful. So happy, so blessed to be out here catching fish. Brook trout, no less. I did see some cutthroat. Let's see if we can catch one. I've never caught a cutthroat. I've only caught a few brook trout, and that big one was my personal best. Ooh, I see one. I did not cast next to it. I casted way past it. Beautiful night, beautiful wilderness. Let's go. Oh, there's some fish surfacing right here. I gotta go for them. They're going crazy right here. I don't know what it is that they're doing. Oh, those are big, guys. Those are big. What are they? Those are big, guys. What are they doing? I casted at those fish once, but the way that they're acting, I think they might have been spawning, and I don't really want to target spawning fish. The one that I caught earlier had a really orange belly, and I'm not sure. Let me know, but I think that means he's ready to spawn, or he or she, I don't even know what it was. Ready to spawn, getting ready to spawn, or just laid some eggs and spawned. So I don't know. They were acting real crazy, going all over the place and fighting with each other. So I think they were probably spawning. So probably best not to target those fish. So let's call it a night. Let's go get some food. I could stay out here fishing forever because I walk a couple paces and I see one surface, but we got to call it a night. We'll try again tomorrow. All right, stick with us, guys. See you in the morning. Is still sleeping. It's just about 7 a.m. The grass froze last night. I'm gonna see if any fish start surfacing, and we'll slay them. So I went back over to this spot yesterday, this first hole, and there's probably like, you can actually see the fish now. There's probably like 40 to 75 fish. Like, check this out, right in front of Kilo. They're all surfacing, but there's a ton of fish right there. And I threw my fly at them, the one that I caught the 2 last night with, and just nothing. They didn't want it. So it's the same thing that happened last night. I just can't figure out what the fish want. They're just all over there. He sees them. He wants to get them, but he's too scared of the water. Got him. Got him. There we go. Nice. That took a while. He's not too big. Kilo, leave it. Oh, he's a good size. He's not as big as the one last night. Dang, this is a nice fish. You want to bring over the camera? Hey, Kilo. No. Guys, I was a little nervous that I wasn't gonna be able to hook any of them again this morning, but I tied on like a mosquito pattern with like a white tail and hooked into that one, and he actually swallowed the hook a little bit, so it was in the roof of his mouth, and I had to get it out without damaging him. And Kilo tried to take a bite out of him, so, but it's still feeding time, so I'll throw it back out there and see if we can get some more. Alright guys, the sun has come out. The fish aren't surfacing anymore. But before we go on our hike, family wants to have a fish for lunch. There's tons in here. It's not going to hurt the supply, the population. So that's what we'll do. So I wasn't planning on catching and harvesting any fish. So what we're going to do now, since they're not surfacing, is I'm dropping some salmon eggs underneath this floater, like a cricket kind of thing. And we'll see if we can get any to strike that way. And then we'll try and harvest just one fish for the family for lunch. You see them all over there? Right, probably like 3 feet past my thing. Got one. Kilo, leave it. Kilo, leave it. Nice. This is a good one. Good sized fish. And if he swallowed the eggs, which is most likely what he did, we're gonna keep this guy for lunch. Nice, this is a nice fish. Kilo, leave it. Let's see. Kilo, leave it. Kilo, leave it. Okay, yeah, I got him right in the nose, so I can actually release this guy. I just want the fish population here to thrive. What a beautiful fish, guys. This would be a great fish for lunch. There he goes. That was not a good release, but they really want one to eat. I'm kind of the mind, let's just do catch and release. Sorry, I think I hooked the camera. I'm on a hooking spree. So last night when I was missing all these fish, I could have hooked up very easily by throwing salmon eggs like I'm doing right now. But I try not to fish bait unless I'm like specifically going to harvest the fish. And I do that a lot. I love catching, cooking, and everything. I see one coming for it. You see that? As soon as you see the dropper go down, that means that they got it. I'll go for it. It's coming up. Right there. Scare all the fish off. Yeah. All right, guys. Well, we're calling it a day. Hiking out. It's like a 5-mile hike. I'm carrying like 60 pounds. So make sure to like the video, subscribe to my channel if you haven't already, and comment if you have anything to say about how we were fishing up there on the fly rod, catching the sweet brook trout. Pretty great trip, just a one night in and out. Kilo has been going through a lot of training on this trip. It's good for him, but he's a little stressed out. Alright guys, we'll see you next time. You guys want to wave?